TJ Miller has been arrested for calling in a fake bomb threat on March 18th. Now, Miller appeared before a judge in New Haven on April 10th, and he has been released on a $100,000 bond. The charge carries a maximum term of 5 years imprisonment. Here are some more details on what happened. The criminal complaint against Miller alleges the actor called a 911 dispatcher in New Jersey on March 18, 2018, and reported that he was on Amtrak train 2256, traveling from Washington, D.C. to New York City's Penn Station, and that a female passenger had a bomb in her bag. Miller said the woman had brown hair and was wearing a scarf. The train was in Connecticut by the time Amtrak investigators stopped and searched the train. No evidence of any explosive device or materials was found on the train. Likely because the train that TJ Miller called in was not even the train.
He wasn't even on it.
Yeah, the complaint further alleges that the investigators determined Miller had actually been traveling on Amtrak train 2258, not 2256, when Amtrak train 2258 arrived in the Connecticut station shortly after it was stopped and searched. No explosive device or materials were found. An attendant on the train said Miller consumed multiple drinks on the train and that he had been removed in New York because of his intoxication. So we're getting an idea for what the story was. TJ Miller's account was that he did see a woman. She was glancing into her bag and he became nervous. An attendant in that first class train said that actually TJ Miller got into a verbal altercation with a woman, screaming back and forth. The dispatcher that took his phone call said that he was slurring his speech and said that, have you had anything to drink? And he said he'd had 1 glass of red wine. We know that that isn't true. Yeah. The details are still coming forward.
It's such
a very strange story.
Crappy story that angers me about this guy who really in the past several years, he's really come up and like gotten a lot of great opportunities, and he's just squandering it in like really stupid ways.
It's a really stupid thing if he did this.
And I don't know, like I was talking to my fiance about this, and like she's usually like a very like quick judge of character, and she's usually spot on. And I've been giving like TJ Miller the benefit of the doubt for a while, but she's like, look, some people, they play assholes on TV. Some people are assholes and they just play themselves on TV. And she's saying that TJ Miller is the latter of that. And like I'm starting to think like, yeah, maybe it is. I mean, I think we did a story like a few months ago about him and like this like really bad history of relationships with women that he used to have was starting to come out, and it seems like that's been buried for now. But like if you go do a search about it, like this isn't the first time that he's had like some really messed up things regarding his personality and like his behavior.
I also think, unfortunately, this, like, people say this as sort of as a joke, like calling in a bomb threat, like, oh, I'm really panicking about this workday, like someone calling a bomb. It's an awful joke, but you know what I mean, where people don't really take it seriously, that they don't recognize perhaps how serious of a criminal offense it is to do that. So if he was getting into a verbal back and forth with this woman and he was drunk, he might have been like, like I'm totally gonna like say that, I'm gonna describe her and call in a bomb threat. Like for some reason, it's very plausible to me that he would be sort of a douche. Why did that come out so weird? It's like, don't call him that, but I'm gonna call him a douche.
It's just like, how would you go about doing that? Like, it's like you do something with such impunity. Like, you're not worried about the consequences of what you're doing right now at all. Even if you are drunk. Like, I've been really drunk and I wanted to do stupid things before too, but then I remember like, okay, I can't do that because my life would be ruined if I do that.
Yeah, it is. It's certainly
and he's facing 5 years for doing something like this. Do you think he's gonna get any of that?
You know, I do not think he's gonna get the maximum term because I think he's probably gonna have a very strong and compelling legal defense.
And if he was a normal person, would he have gotten that? If he wasn't an actor?
I don't know.
What is this craziness, man? Because you're an actor, like you are providing some like great service to society, so like you don't. I don't know.
I know.
It annoys me.
Well, share your thoughts. What do you think about this story?